Alright guys, today's NFP is very clear on what we were getting ready to do. Got our sell stops, got our buy stops in order. Just trying to 55 seconds left on this. Just wanted to record this. $30 seconds left. This bar. Okay, that just happened. That happened before 8:30 at all. Did we get slipped though? Is the real question. We did not get slipped. This right here would have been so scary if we would have got filled in that order. Okay, both of them hit. Made 227. Both of those hit. Okay. Well, that was not what I wanted to happen by any means, but I'm definitely glad I went for a very small target here because I basically caught the bottom. We did get slipped like $20, which is pretty heavy. Which is pretty heavy for 3 contracts. But nevertheless, we got out of there. So that's a blessing. Yeah, I'll probably come back later in the afternoon. And, I got some bread to play with now, playing around with profit. I'm glad I was able to record that for you guys. This is a live account. So we're doing an account build. I'm having a lot of fun with this. We started this with about, $6,400? About $6,400. We could be done for the day, genuinely. Like, we genuinely could be done for the day. Just call it a day. And then, go ahead and book the win. If we do book this win, if we book this win, $227 on Friday, $227 win on Friday, we'd be up $683 on the account already. Okay, go to P&L like I'm trying to show you guys. If we book this win, we will be up $683 as it is on the week. Do we keep going? This is a very clear data wick below, very clear data wick above as of right now. Excuse me. I just want to give everybody an update as well on what's been going on, where I've been at. Haven't posted any YouTube videos at all this week. I've been unbelievably busy since I got back home from vacation. I'm moving out. I'm trying to move all my stuff into my apartment. I've been having a lot of troubles with that. And my smart ass decided, hey, I know you're moving out. Let's go ahead and invest every last dollar you have. Every last dollar. So, like, quite literally, I had $200. At $200 to get me through the next month, bro. And I invested every last other dollar I had. So now, since I have no money to do anything or furnish my house, now I have to take out loans from friends, private equity loans from friends, not equity loans, but private loans to be able to furnish my home. And then I have to sell one of my positions I have. Sorry. House is going to be super trim. So yeah, that's pretty much it, fellas. I just got to take care of that stuff. I can definitely withdraw the $700 that I made this week, but I don't know. But so I wanted to go over the trade I took yesterday for you guys because it's still here. So, right at market open, I saw that we were already inside of this 4-hour gap, right? We were already inside of this 4-hour gap. Now, a lot of people were talking about this hourly gap saying that this hourly gap here needed to get mitigated. I think that's so idiotic to wait for that hourly gap to get mitigated when we're already in a 4-hour and we're already extremely bullish. There's no need for that 1-hour gap to get filled. And if you also look on the 15-minute time frame, price just has engineered liquidity all the way up back to this 4-hour buy side draw, which was an unmitigated 4-hour gap. So I told myself today's going to be a big boy. We're going to go for a massive trade because I've seen that, like, there was just no way I was going to miss this. I didn't allow myself to miss this. And when I say I didn't allow myself to miss this, this was the first entry I took. The first entry I took was the first trade that everybody else took. I took this trade right here, but I ended up getting filled for it up here, and then price immediately comes down and makes this bottom wick, and I'm like, okay, my stop loss is here. I'm not really comfortable with that. I wanted to wait for this 15-minute to get inverse because I didn't like how we were playing inside of the 15-minute, because if I would have taken the trade here and my target was here, I would have been fine with that. But I took the trade damn near here, and then my target would have had to be like somewhere up here, but I have to get through that 15-minute gap first. I'm not a huge fan of taking trades within a 15-minute gap, even if I'm very convicted in the bias for the day. It's something that makes me uncomfortable. I try not to do it, but so since I try not to do that, I waited for this 15-minute gap to get inverse. And after this 15-minute gap got inverse, we did end up just taking buys. You can see the candle closed up here. I took buys right when price pushed above here. This rip up from this 15-minute candle was not immediate, guys. It was not immediate. This 15-minute rip up, it came up the first time, and then it came all the way back down here. And then we pushed back up, closed really bullish. But for me, I put my stop loss right here because I told myself there's no way that I'm going to allow this trade to get stopped out just because of how perfect it looks. Like I knew that this LLR was going to get ran. I wasn't too sure if we were going to make it up to this 4-hour gap, but I knew that we would take out this high right here. So that's what I was targeting. So end up taking our entry off that 15-minute gap and then just letting this run all the way up here. I was getting a little bit skeptical when we got here, however, because I'm like, okay, price is stalling, and I didn't really want to see it stall because right when I entered, it just pulled back, and then it came up, and then it pulled back again, then it came up, and then now it's stalling, and I'm like, dude, this is brutal. Like I don't really want to sit in this, but I knew I had to. So we ended up sitting, and then overall we got out on our trade literally at the bottom of this candle right there. So overall that was still a 3R trade. Still very much a 3R trade. We were going for about 4 or 5R, but it ended up playing out. And I opened up this personal account, 6,200, and we're up 700 for the week. Excuse me. Like I said. Now, on the 15-minute time frame, there's no data wick. And every other time frame below that, there will be a data wick. There's still a very obvious data wick. For NFP, seems like we left relative equal lows there too. Left relative equal lows along with the data wick. I want to mark out the data wick instead of that last low. Because remember, we don't know if that data wick's gonna get ran today. I think it's pretty interesting because yeah, we have a data wick, right? But we are overall extremely bullish on the day. Overall extremely bullish on the day. So how does it really play into, you know, us being this bullish? Do we really expect the data wick to get ran today? We'll see. Play a if and then scenario. So if we end up disrespecting this 4-hour gap, then we'll probably go for the data low. Right? We ended up taking out this 4-hour high, took out this 1-hour high. This is setting up perfectly, and we also have beautiful generated liquidity that could lead us down to this fair value gap, but not really to this data low. But at this point, if we have some nice LLR generated here, that could give us the speed that we need to then send us lower to this data wick. But I have a lot of stuff to do today. I haven't totally decided if I'm trading today yet. I'm gonna make a video about it, but I will see you guys maybe later today, maybe not. So peace. So we have decided that we are done trading for the day. The reason being is because, yes, we have relative equal lows along with the data wick at the relative equal lows. This data wick is not going to hit because if you zoom out to the higher time frame, we have disrespected this 4-hour gap. Who knows if we'll reverse? But guys, I'm telling you that this is a high resistance draw right here. This is an extremely high resistance draw, not to mention it's a protected low. We also have to work our way through this insanely huge 15-minute gap, which obviously isn't going to be too much of a problem if we're going to be bearish. We do have LRL leading down to about like this 5-minute gap. But guys, this is a very high resistance draw on liquidity. I hate this data low only because of the market conditions that we are in right now. We are extremely bullish. I've not been shorting with these market conditions. Any buy is extremely high probability. Any sell is much lower probability. And we haven't been seeing any 200, 300 point moves to the downside at all this week. We've only been seeing 800 point moves to the upside all day, 500 point moves to the upside. So if that's the case, why would we continue to try to short if obviously the longs are playing here? So let's go ahead and get this off because I gotta answer this call.